Japan is set to go carbon neutral by 2050. Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga has made the pledge in his first policy speech since taking office.
温暖化への対応は経済成長の制約ではありません。積極的に温暖化対策を行うことが産業構造や経済社会の変革をもたらし、大きな成長につながるという発想の転換が必要であります。
Japan is one of the world's largest emitters of greenhouse gases. The government had previously only pledged to go carbon neutral sometime in the latter half of the century. Japan is heavily reliant on coal. That was made worse after some nuclear reactors were shut down following the earthquake and nuclear disaster in 2011.
And Grace Lee joins us now live from Tokyo. So Grace, any details in Mr. Suga's plan to become carbon neutral?
Well, Mr. Suga did say that Japan will be investing more in the research of recycled carbons and wind energy. But apart from that, he didn't lay out any specifics. Officials do say that they'll have a more detailed plan by the end of the year. But of course, critics are pointing out that this is a very ambitious goal, and there are worries that perhaps it's a little bit too ambitious for Japan's coal-reliant society. They say Japan would have to have half of its electricity come from renewable sources by the year 2030 in order to make this happen. Again, ambitious, but not completely unachievable. But some policies would have to kick in very, very soon.
Grace, speaking more broadly, what's been the overall reaction to Prime Minister Suga's maiden policy speech?
Yeah, well, a lot of people have been watching because this was, of course, Mr. Suga's chance to show that he's a leader apart from Mr. Abe, his predecessor's policies, and he's kind of been cast over in the shadow of Mr. Abe this whole time. The pledge to make Japan carbon neutral by 2050 was, of course, his big speech maker, but other than that, he didn't have any controversial plans or any showstopper plans at the moment. He did reiterate a couple of policies that he had mentioned before. One, he was aiming to become prime minister, such as getting Japan's society vaccinated by early 2021, and of course holding the Olympics, but nothing too different. He is at the moment surrounded with a controversy over a government advisory board, and that has shown that his public image has taken a hit. So he's really looking to try and gain more public support with big policies like the carbon neutral one in 2050.
Thanks very much. Grace Lee there, speaking to us from Tokyo.